Sassy Ann. Let me get organized here. I will play a song while I do it, as usual. Long song. We're going to end it there. I'll have to take it out anyway. I will have to take it out anywho. Okay, so we're going to talk about some stuff that's going on in real life things. No, let's do I'm going to commentate on a channel called Doolittle Talks. This is actually content that was put out April 12th, 2022. Thought y'all might find it a little interesting. Link is in the description. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, she's talking about way back in the day, when I believe her name was Shannon, had befriended Candace. Shannon and Benny knew each other, had actually been to Tennessee at the same time. Yeah. Damn, Candace, you ain't changed, have you? That's what I hear. I hear you ain't changed. I hear that you are drinking again. Hey, Auntie's Life. I don't know if you are. That is just what I've heard. But if it's true, it doesn't surprise Remain Calm. Damn, girl, what was you doing? You had to feel your legs and your body to see if they were still there. I mean, already at 8 minutes, I am saying, what the fuck? Oh, you can't hear it? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know, Sassy Ann. For real. Did I not share it? I apologize. You guys heard the song, though, right? Did I share the song? I hope you heard the song. Bird. Yeah. Well, why didn't you tell me, Bird? You just thought it was funny, didn't you? You just was a laughing your little bird ass off, wasn't you? Anywho, someone was on the phone with Candace FaceTime. She was partaking of something, right? I seen you just got here, Bird. Okay, I seen it. I mean, I do wear glasses. I can't see. I see, said the blind man. Oh, that was a really bad joke, RC. You little wench, you. Okay, this is a channel called Doolittle Talk. Link is in the description. Oh, you did hear the song. Well, that's a good thing. Hey, Moonflower. Okay, so look, I'm a commentating channel and I give my opinion. Let's get that right out in the open. I also am very nosy. I'm a nosy person. Now, look, okay, I absolutely ask questions. I do. I'm inquisitive. All right. If you don't know what that means, please feel free to Google it. Feel free to Google that shit if you want. Ugh. It's just in my DNA to ask questions. What can I say? Oh, you remember Doolittle? Yes, I always did like Doolittle Talks. Actually, her name is in my notes, as in, hey, don't forget about this channel, RC. Yes. And so here we go. Moving on, class. Hey, the mouse, how are you? Good to see ya. All right. Let me, I will take it back a little bit. Here we go. Now you should be able to hear it.
For me. So Sharon was back on Benny Key's channel. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, talking about her being on a FaceTime with Candace when she was really high.
Oh,
And Candace is feeling her legs and her body to make sure it was still there.
like I said prior, when you guys couldn't hear it, what the fuck was you taking? You can't feel your arms and your legs and shit. That is kind of cray-cray.
Feeling things inside Kathy's house to make sure they were real.
What? Hey, I was going to say this about Kathy. You know what? Kathy had a daughter, and Candace, if you did not tell Kathy what you were allegedly under investigation for from CPS when she had a child in the house, that is pretty messed up, lady. I'm just saying, my opinion.
Mind you, there's Kathy's daughter, or I believe daughter, child, rather, we'll just say that, there, witnessing all of this. It doesn't sound like she was on marijuana by any means.
Nope, don't
I don't
sound like
exactly
the
know what drug
marijuana.
would make you behave that way, or wonder if your body parts were still there, or if objects in the room were real. I just don't know
Wow.
what that could be.
Sounds like a trip on a synthetic substance. I have never done these fake marijuana spice stuff in my life. Okay, never have I ever. I have seen too many YouTube videos about what happens to people who do that stuff. Very scary.
You know, Candace was in the chat and she called her out saying that she was lying. And
yeah,
honestly, I don't believe Shannon was lying about that at all.
I don't think anybody lies about when they talk to little old Candace Blywells. Okay. People ain't got no reason to lie about a lot of things. Okay. That is just, I mean, who freaking goes behind the scenes and like, let's say this and let's say that, right? Well, some do, but you know, not her, in my opinion.
And during that conversation, when Candace was blitzed out of her mind, she went on to tell Shannon about the letter that we've talked about, the one saying that she wasn't getting the boys back.
Oh.
And Shannon was concerned, saying, oh gosh, you know, well, you don't know that that's true. Don't you have to go to court and blah, blah, blah. And she said, no, she had talked to her caseworker. And
you had a caseworker? You, okay.
Was giving up. She wasn't going to try anymore.
I'm giving up. I'm not trying anymore. Because how can I take care of my family when I can't feel my arms or legs? They just disappeared. They're not there. I shouldn't have said that because there are people who have disabilities that absolutely still take care of their children, right? It's okay, May. I started early. I did. It's all my fault. I started early.
That's a sad place to be. But I have to say that all the issues that Dawn and Candace have right now in their plate is a direct result of their behavior and things that they've decided to do with their life.
I agree 1,000%.
Sadly, 4 children were right in the middle of it.
Yeah. I mean, more than 4 if you add all the kids together. There's like 8, 7, 8, 9, many children.
Just talking about the 4 they had together.
Oh, okay.
It's really sad that a mother can just give up and say, well, I'm just done trying. You don't want your kids back. Maybe it's absolute and she doesn't get a chance to get them back. And maybe,
you know what was sad to me? because she didn't give a fuck about getting her kids back, right? Is what's being said. But everybody else did. Everybody else did. People put in time, money, listening to her weird fucking substance rants, the crying and the slobbering on her fucking self, cigarettes falling on her shirt, burning holes in her shirt. People fucking cared. People cared. Why didn't you? Why didn't you care? I don't need you to answer that to me. You can answer it to the 20 other people that I know that has conversations with you. Answer that for them. Because if they haven't asked you that question, yeah, kind of weird to me, right?
Maybe that's her way of coping. I don't know. But I think that she has a real disconnect that I can't relate to
Absolutely.
at all.
Me neither.
Shannon had told her that
Hey,
Andrew, her first child, was wanting to get in touch with her. And
now, I'm going to say this. I do not know anything about the older boy trying to get in touch with Candace. I don't know why he would. Reason being why they took him from her to start with. I do know that her daughter, the young man's sister, said Candace tried to reach out to her and was like, Mama's here. Mama's here if you want to talk, right? And she was like, no, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you. She also let everybody know she never knew Summer of Summer, nor the boys. And that was the end of that conversation. As far as I know, nobody bothered her again, which was a good thing.
And her response to that is F him.
May.
How do you do that? I mean, we know.
I didn't say you didn't have to announce your arrival. You can be like, hey, I'm here. You just don't have to announce your departure. Now, if you're my people, okay, and you want to say something like, hey, I got to go, love you, or whatever, I'm good with that. Right? I'm good with that. It's people coming in and announcing their departure that I don't give a fuck that they're leaving. I'm just saying. You know.
She took the kids herself to social services and dropped them off, so she didn't want them either. That's sad.
She didn't take those two children and drop them off at CPS. They were taken from her for horrible things being done to them. The records are out there. I believe JLR has them. Y'all can go check them out. For sure. Oh, but let me tell you, if I remember correctly, that wasn't her fault. That wasn't her fault. It was her husband's fault, who was older than she was. He freaking made her do the methaleka, whatever you want to call it. He moved them far away from town. She couldn't get to town. He was a bad guy, she said. I didn't live with him. I don't know. That's what I remember, though. And I don't think I'm remembering that wrong. Anywho, moving on.
How do you give birth to a child and just discard them like that? It's just way more than my brain can handle.
I mean, this is some messed up shit. Everybody knows it. Let's just get it out there. Okay? She lost the first two that way. She gave one up willingly, from my understanding. You know, that was a blessing for that child, I'm sure. She then she had 3 boys and a girl with Don Wells. Now, let's run over to Don's category. Okay? Don had 2 children. It was said that he tried to, you know, sell them to a substance dealer, you know, whatever. And or the story was that the substance dealer ring, 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 clink, 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 hello, hello. Hey, Mrs. Wells, your husband, you know, just tried to leave his kid here with me, and maybe you should come and pick him up. That was the story too, right? If I remember correctly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't remember everything. I don't. And nobody wants to help me remember. They're like, screw you, RC. We don't want to help you remember anything. I'm just kidding.
I can't figure her out. I don't even think,
Girl,
I don't think it's possible. I think a case study needs to be done on Dawn and Candace myself. I'm not
Me too. Me too. Maybe Netflix will do it. Maybe Netflix will do it. They'll do a case study on the parents. That is what was said. That's what I remembered, Sassy.
sure what their disorders are, but and it could be in part the lifelong drug addiction that they've had to some hard
Yes,
drugs.
ma'am, I agree.
I mean, you remember Brenda said about 7 years ago she had to get her off of heroin.
Yes.
So who knows?
Well, it was methylaca. And, you know, after the incident, if I remember correctly, the incident where the first 2 children were taken for horrific reasons, yeah, grandma went and, you know, brought her under her motherly wings to help her get off the methylaca. And that was where she, you know, the state that she met Dawn in. Now, allegedly, and I could not be telling the story right, I could be wrong, because, you know, Dawn has a mom that we heard all about, the, you know, motel experience, running a motel. And somewhere in Candace's story, grandma was managing a motel also. I want to say it was in Arkansas, after she took Candace under her wing to help her off the methylaca stuff. Yeah. Right? When is born, we should have a newborn ship. No way, May. Look at what a freaking brain ship did to Ernie Shell. Sorry, I don't want a brain chip. No, look at what happened to Ernie when his brain chip malfunctioned. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you anyway, Doe.
Knows what she's on now, you know. And you know, Candace, we've talked about Candace's oldest daughter having reached out to her. I did a story about it a little while back, and
yeah, Candace's older daughter, I do not believe contacted her. I think it was the other way around, but I could be wrong.
She was very cold to her.
And I'm not saying that Doolittle Talks doesn't know what she's talking about, so don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. Okay? I'm just remembering it a little bit different. It ain't a big freaking deal, okay? It's not. Don't try to make it one. I know how y'all are. Hey, Sage, how are you?
Her too. Didn't want to talk to her either. Grandis confirmed that. And she was asked, why do you think that Candace has been away from the house for this long? What, about a month or so now, I guess? And apparently Candace said that she didn't want to be around her mother. She doesn't want to do anything for her.
I don't believe that. I don't. Why would you say, I mean, I think grandma split. Let me say this. I think grandma, this is my opinion, was actually happy that she had already agreed to leave 110 Ben Hill Road to go take care of a family member. I think she was glad about that. I'll say this over and over. Tell me for real if you would have wanted to be up at 110 Ben Hill Road with freaking Dawn and Candace. Look how they were acting and shit. I mean, come on, I'm not blaming her for that. I am not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Watch out, May. Mr. A is a ladies' man.
And Shannon did ask Grandis if she had ever witnessed seeing Summer in the shower with her father or anything inappropriate. She said she hadn't really seen it firsthand, but that Candace started putting Summer in the kitchen sink and bathing her.
When? When did she start putting Summer in the kitchen sink and bathing her? Don't you think that's important? Yeah, people have you taken a shower with her. Jody Sue says she's seen it. I don't think Jody meant that she actually seen Summer getting out of the shower with Dawn. She seen Summer in her birthday suit, we'll call it, asking for a towel, demanding a towel, and, was Candace like, Donnie's in the shower, right? Donnie's in the shower. Here comes Summer. I don't know, though. I wasn't there. I don't know. Dawn says, yes, I bathed her when she was little. She was little. She was still little.
So I wonder.
That's funny.
If it got really bad, and that was one way to keep Summer out of the bathroom with her dad. I don't know. Trigger warning.
Could be.
And I was listening, several days ago, I guess, to Cam and Allie, because I'm interested in what Benny Keys and Allie and Cam are saying now, and Shannon, because these are people that have been supporting them wholeheartedly for 9 months at least.
And this is the thing about it, you guys. These are people who were up there supporting the Wells, supporting them. And, I may say shit about people who are like, I needed therapy. Some of these people absolutely wouldn't surprise me if they needed therapy. For sure. For sure. I used to put your baby in the when your kids are babies, you're going to put them in the sink. I don't know about putting a 5-year-old, right? I don't know. I don't know. Summer was pretty tiny, you guys.
And every one of them have turned on Candace and there's a reason for that.
There is a reason. There is a reason people turned on them. You don't take somebody's kindness and take advantage of it. I remember a something that came out. A good example, I'll use Cam and Allie. Cam and Allie had been going out there helping do the dungeon, getting all that. And this happened to another lady too. I just can't remember what her name was. Where, oh, I don't remember the lady's name. And I guess that's not important. It's about the story. She had been going out there really extensively trying to help. And her husband got sick with the Rona or something. And Candace ended up talking to her like shit. She couldn't get back out to 110 because of that. And, you know, it pissed Candace off or something. I don't know. Exploited. I mean, you know, I guess the name is not really important. A lot of the stuff that was on Benny's isn't there anymore. So where's that at? Hold on. I'm gonna take that name out. It's not a big deal. Okay, Exploited. Not a big deal. But I went ahead and removed that name. Now, Cam and Allie told about they had been helping in the dungeon. They couldn't go the next day because the kids were out of school. And they said that Candace kind of said something about bring them along. They can play down here in the dungeon. Nothing will happen. They'll be all right. You know, that's kind of a weird statement, right? You're saying that your daughter was taken from there. But hey, it's all right. It's okay. Nothing happened to him. Not a nothing zip. Bring your kids on down. We'll put them all in the dungeon. Okay. Isn't it the one who helped Don close his Facebook account? Also went to pick him up. Lumber, that another. I'm not sure. Exploited, because there were many, many, many of those people. Many of them. Yeah, something about somebody had messed around with Don's Facebook or something. It was weird, right? Okay, hello. Right? I wonder if they told individuals who were bringing their children up there, did they tell them what CPS was investigating them for? They had to have known, right? They had to have known what they were being investigated for. I'm just saying. I'm inquisitive. I ask a lot of questions. I do. I've always said that. No, I don't exploit it. I'm not saying it's, don't get me wrong. I wasn't trying to make what you said not important. For real. Don't take it that way. I have a fucking resting bitch voice. I do. Look, I've said this before. Many people don't think the way I do. Many people have things that they think is important to what they believe happened, or, with situations that was happening. And that is absolutely a great thing. A great thing. Are you serious, Amy's? Girl, you be Googling how much weight fits in a kitchen sink? Girl, that's deep. That is deep. 100 pounds? That's a freaking lot for a regular kitchen sink. For sure. I guess my question would be, did she, because we've heard what a, not good of a housekeeper she allegedly, she's not. So did you do the dishes in the sink? Were there cockroaches running around while she was in the sink getting her bath? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, I wasn't there. I didn't see the critters or the cockroaches. But they say that, yeah, that's what was going on. Oh, hold on 1 second. Okay. There's a reason. Oh, you're fine, Exploited. Yes. No way I could do and deal with some of you've been going through just because you became invested and fell in love with a missing little girl and her brothers. You do. This is sad to say, and anybody will understand this, creator or not a creator. Summer Moon Utah Wells, her case has affected thousands upon thousands of people. Thousands of people. When you've seen the parents and how they act and things that were said and how they treated people and things like that, this is just me personally, I have to put up a pretty big wall. Now, have I gone off before and, fucking Candace, where's Summer? Sober up, get some real help, and see if something doesn't come to your mind about someone who, you've seen, someone who may have come up to your house, someone, but she doesn't want to do that. What's the best way to forget about something in your life? Some people can just put it on the back burner and be like, look, not a big deal in my life anymore. It's easy to forget about shit if you're all doped up.
and seeing things I think that we see, but they were directly involved in their lives. So, if you're listening to the web of lives that they spread, I guess, and you want to believe that they're innocent and haven't done anything, that it might be a little harder to see things as clearly as us on the outside.
And look, I know a lot of people made a big deal about that paperwork. Okay. I'm not saying the paperwork don't exist. I hadn't seen it. I really don't want to see it. I don't. Because I'm at a point that nothing would surprise me about what they were being investigated for. None of that shit surprises me in the least. Where I have a problem, okay, with this investigation, or whatever you want to call it, is CPS allowed them to just walk away from something that they were investigating that had to have been done to their kids, or people are saying other kids. I don't understand how other kids' parents not contacted, nothing in the courts that we hear about it. None of that. None of that. If that is the truth on that paperwork, I would hope that every child on that paper, that their parents would do something about it. There has to be someone an adult who was either in that home at the time that it happened, or knew of the situation, because these are children. They're children. If they're victims, who is the adult? I don't know why they would cover it up. Let me say this. If CPS didn't contact the parents of these children and let them know that that had transpired, or even to ask, did you know about this? Did you know about this? I don't know. I don't know. Also, and I have to find it, Killer Looks had it out. Dang it, Killer Looks. Killer Looks put out a video of the dungeon. Remember the hole? The hole that Jose said that the kids were looking through to see the nasty being done. In that video, he shows it, and the hole, I gotta find it to describe it. I have to find it to describe it, because I seen that and I was like, what the heck? How do we don't know, Amy's? It doesn't surprise me if they were being investigated for any of that, right? The state of Tennessee said that they were clear for takeoff, right? And that they were allowed to be around children. They were allowed to be around children. Now, what I kind of hope, and this is me, I hope that when Summer is finally found, that maybe they won't be able to charge the parents for anything. It has been 5 years, okay? So, I hope that they have something that will be able to see justice done for Summer. And if, you know, something that they may be able to get them on, I just don't know. But that probably sounds hateful, but keeping something in their back pocket, maybe. I just don't know. This is what I've always said. We see the 3 boys' name on a lot of documents that people put out or whatever. If Summer was there, her name would have been on that paperwork too. So we got to remember that, right? A lot of people, you know, CPS was involved. They didn't want Summer talking. That would have been a possibility, right? Would have been a possibility. And if CPS was there the night before, they would have seen Summer with her head shaved, right? Wouldn't they have? Dawn said something about they just stared. They just stared, right? Or was that Dudley? I know Dudley said that he had to tell his wife this Summer was a girl. I remember that.
But Cam was telling a story about he was up at Candace's house, and him and his wife were going to go try to find this tunnel and just kind of like search that area. And he was like, "Hey, Candace, do you know where this tunnel is?" And she responded by saying, "I don't know. I don't care. They're not going to find her."
Why? I do believe she probably said that too. I do. Another creator's wife, I can't remember exactly what she said, something along the lines of Candace saying something about you know, not wanting Summer to be found or something.
Wow, that really just caught my attention and was.
Well, we got to remember too, Allie talked about having to call law enforcement, right? To get her kids back. And she did. The call's out there. You can look at JLR. I think it's over JLR's, could be on Olivia's. Shoot, hang on. My Hello Moto's talking to me. Holy moly. All right. Don't be surprised if Hollow Moto doesn't call back. Because I couldn't get to it. Summer would be on, yeah. For sure. All right. We good. I mean, CPS, they have been known to do some really messed up stuff. For sure. Hey, Freeside. Right?
So alarming. It's like, how do you, I just don't understand not caring. I don't know. And these kids have been living, well, we saw the conditions of the home when Chris Madonna went in there, but Benny Keys gave some insights that were shocking to me. He told a story about, and he ate there at the Wells house, that Candace had made some spaghetti and left it on the pot or in the kitchen in the pot all night. And the next day she took it and slung it out to the yard, didn't wash the pot, and began cooking more spaghetti.
Dude, you didn't eat it, did you, Benny? Benny, please tell me you didn't eat the spaghetti. If they had, cockroaches, I wouldn't have touched that with a 10-foot pole. I'm just saying.
That's so unsanitary. And with the roaches that are crawling around, it's a miracle these kids don't have some kind of disease from it.
That's right.
And even worse than that.
Oh, don't forget I call them fake CPS papers that Ziggy put out. Very well written, I must say. Or maybe it could have been, I don't know. I think it was the CPS paper Ziggy put out that talked about scabies, lice, I think. For real.
So we know they don't have or didn't have a wall to the bathroom.
You know what I find sad too, just because I have to, I'm trying to commentate on it, but in the process I run my mouth. Many people have paid for Don and Candace to, have done a lot of things to improve their lives. For sure. House. I don't know. I did. Obviously, the Subaru got paid off, right? Now, could Don have done that from working? I don't think Don made bad money at his job. He got paid by the job. For sure.
But they would have a 50-gallon trash can, like an outdoor trash can, 50 gallons. And Dawn didn't want anything flushed down the toilet other than feces and, urine.
Yeah.
So they would take the toilet paper and just throw it into that 50-gallon trash can.
Right. I didn't ever find that a big issue. Where the issue with that comes in is, were they kind of sanitary with it? Were they just throwing it in the floor? Did they make sure that, you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean. Did they let it overflow, and you know what I mean?
Can you imagine? I just, in my mind, I just picture this overwhelming odor in that house. So unsanitary.
That's true.
That's such a health concern for
It
anyone
would
that's there.
stink.
Gosh. Shayna did ask her about the septic system, and there's been some people speculating that Summer's there. I never personally thought she was, but it's underground with a 3-inch concrete slab on top of it with grass over top of that, is what Candace told. That they never have ever once opened that up. I guess it's never been cleaned or emptied. And that the water was sulfur water, which we've suspected because was it true and Allie, I believe, both said that their water smelled, and that's
Yeah, I loved well water. My aunt had well water, but it didn't stink. I mean, well water's well water, but it never had that odor with it, for sure. And Dawn, was it Mary that said, did Dawn's stepsister say that her dad said that Dawn talked about Candace putting Summer in the, what was it? Right?
pretty common with well water. There's a lot of times, you put filters on it. I guess they don't have that, but anyway.
And there was like a big problem with Dawn Wells and, Mary's side of the family. Dawn's mom, when she was married to the dad, from what I remember, Mary's mother actually was the babysitter, and so Dawn's dad ended up marrying the babysitter, divorcing his mother. That's from what I remember. There was it. This is just what I remember, in my opinion, is that Dawn was doing inappropriate things, with the girls. And if you ask Dawn, it's because they're jealous of him. They're jealous. His dad was going to give him the house, et cetera, et cetera. With Dawn, it all comes down to, they didn't like him because, daddy was going to be doing that or whatever. That all the conflict came from money and things like that. He said that's why, not his words verbatim, they were coming after him with their essay stories. Not because, like I remember them saying, Summer was 5 years old. 5 years old is when he was feeling and touching on his stepsister. And oh my gosh, I'm getting started. I am getting started. Hold on. Dang it, Renee, why you do this shit? I actually have what Dawn said about that. Okay, I gotta find it though. Hold on. Let me see. I know what channel it's on. It's on BB Australia. Where you at, babes? I think it might be this one. Phoebe Australia has some good content out, you guys. She really does. I was going to go over this one. I actually was going to go over this one first, but okay. I'm going to let you guys hear exactly what Dawn says about it, what he said about his daughter when she was AR'd. He said that the guy waited until she turned 18, and when it happened, that she sucked it up She didn't whine and cry about it. It was very disturbing to me the way he said it. It was.
Shannon got involved just because she believed in them. You know, she wanted to believe that they were innocent. But as time went on, she said, and I'll quote her, she said after all the lies and games, that she was sitting there thinking, what if I broke bread with someone that may have harmed their children?
Yes, ma'am.
That would be a very surreal epiphany.
Yes.
To start to second guess your good intentions and realizing that these people are playing.
How would you feel if you're sitting there and you're making someone's life, you feel more comfortable, you feel like you're helping them, and what happens if you find out that they've done something? That's horrible. That's horrible. I am so glad that I never, ever, I mean, I can tell you when I, called and chickened out and hung up, that was the best thing that happened to me in my life. Jesus was looking out for me that day. I can tell you that.
Everyone. But besides the living conditions and losing their children, I'm sure that had part to do with it. Cher and Ziggy shared a live that was pretty disturbing, even more so than the living conditions. Dawn and Candace had like 3 phones each. And why do you need 3 phones? That tells me that you have one for your life that most people see. Right. And you may have one for any kind of dealings, drug related or what. And then maybe one for your private dark life.
Private dark life. Yes. I have said that for a while. I think all of us, we have to know that they had more than just one phone. I think there was phones that definitely wasn't turned over to law enforcement, for sure. Hang on. We're going to switch it up here. Yeah, I've been on here an hour. I'm going to switch over. The link to Doolittle's live, there is in the description. Go check that out. I'm going to try to go back and forth on it. Hold on. Let me get Phoebe's link in here. I have always liked Phoebe's stuff. Okay, wait. Did I spell it wrong? Yes. Hold on. Phoebe. I'm trying to do it how she's got it spelled on here, because I'm weird like that. Australia. Oh, wait, I spelled that wrong too. Damn, RC, you are just not doing very well today. Damn, I spelled that all wrong. That's funny. That is funny. Here we go. Much easier. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, one. Here we go. Sorry. Uncoordinated today, I am. As I said, there is the link for Phoebe Australia. You guys go check it out. As I say, I commentate. If you get a little educate or jogs your memory a little bit, that's a good thing, right? Okay. Let's see. I'm going to speed it up some. Okay. This is, let me start it at the beginning. Okay, here we go. Justice for Summer. Thank you, Phoebe. Phoebe's always put out really good videos about Summer's case. So
Hunter called Candace to come over there. That way. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure.
So Candace didn't call Hunter because that's what some people are saying. Candace called Hunter. Why did Candace call Hunter? He's a minor. But Hunter called Candace.
okay, wait, I got it going too fast. This is where they're talking about, did Candace call Hunter or Hunter call Candace? Okay. I slowed it down, so. Hey, lies. If they wasn't dug up, you know they didn't put her in there. Yeah. People wanting septic tank search. Why search them if they was dug up when Summer went missing? You got to dig them up to pump them. Yeah, that was. I have a question. How would Candace know what was checked and what wasn't checked, or you know, if she thought that there was something that wasn't checked, why didn't she call law enforcement herself? Instead, she was getting on the phone with people and she was like, oh my gosh, you know, this place, that place, I saw this, I saw that, with a bunch of YouTubers.
Candace to come over there. That way. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure.
So Candace didn't call Hunter because that's what some people are saying. Candace called.
See, this is the thing. To me, if Don Wells told his dad that, right? Maybe he was planning on going to Utah and not taking Candace's ass with him. Maybe he was like, Daddy, Candace did this. What the fuck did he want his daddy to say? Like I said, Mary, I think, is the one who told that story. So, did he want his dad to say, son, let me give you my house so you can bring your children and get away from that lady, right? I don't know. I think weird, I guess.
Hunter. Why did Candace call Hunter? He's a minor. But Hunter called Candace.
Why did I still got it too fast? Dang it. Okay.
From what I understand, they begged her to come and get Hunter and take him away for a while because, you know.
Oh, who did?
I would like to.
They called and begged her to come and take Hunter for a while. Alrighty.
To bring something to light.
Okay.
Allison, or I think it's Allison, had a little girl named Michelle.
Okay. Dawn goes in to talking about Allison's daughter. I don't know what that had to do with anything. But I'll let you guys hear the story. Okay.
Okay.
And
rest in peace,
when they
Allie.
brought her over here, she's like 5, 6 years old, I don't know. And this little girl, they said she's out of control and it was always yelling at her and stuff like that. And one time me and Candace took her to the side and we talked to her. Very smart little girl. I mean, awesome.
They took Allie's daughter to the side and talked to her. Was Allie there? Was they with their grandma? Remember what grandma said? Dawn had been being really nice to her granddaughters up there, right? That's kind of what was said.
Awesome, you know, and I just don't understand. But they told her, they says, if you don't behave, we're going to take you to the CPS mental board wherever in Knoxville or some crazy shit, or Nashville or something, right?
Damn.
And she would act up for attention. But if you took her and talked to her like a normal human being or whatever, she was very brilliant, very smart and everything.
So you saw a different child in her than what they saw or were willing to
Well,
even
absolutely, yeah. I mean,
Have any of you guys ever gotten pissed off at your child and said something that probably wouldn't set well if other people heard you say it? Right? I'm sure my mama told me she was going to send me places. I just don't remember what they were. For real. I ain't even lying.
she would talk to me and Candace like, oh, man, unbelievable.
Mhm.
This is going to blow your mind. But they told her if she didn't quit acting out or whatever, they're going to take her to Nashville and dump her off at some CPS freaking mental institution or something. I don't know what the hell it
Who
was.
said that? Allie said that to her daughter?
Yes.
How old was this daughter?
She's like 5 years old.
Stop.
It blows my mind. And if I can find a picture of her, I hope and pray to God that Candace has a picture of her somewhere.
Oh.
They got mad or whatever and took her down there and dumped her off. And that was never seen her again.
What?
Yeah, I'm serious.
I'm not sure what happened with Allie's daughter. She said that shit did not happen. So I wasn't there. I don't know.
So she gave her 5-year-old daughter away. Allie did.
Yes.
How long before Summer went missing?
See, this is what I thought's been fucked up this whole case too. They all are talking about each other, and look at the shit that they've done, right? That goes way past Dawn and Candace. I hear it a lot. Basically, piece of crap parents calling other piece of crap parents out on their being, messed up parents. For sure. So he goes right to, say something negative about Allie.
Not sure. I'm gonna guesstimate like a year. I don't know, but it just flipped me out.
Wow.
It totally flipped me out.
How did that
I
make
bet
Candace
it
feel?
did.
She was around that little girl a lot for
Yeah,
a year.
She was awesome, very smart, and I just can't comprehend. I can't comprehend it.
So before she gave her 5-year-old daughter up, she was kind of connecting to you and your wife.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, I just don't get it. I do not understand.
It's
I've
terrible.
never seen anybody do something like that.
And this is Cher talking to Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, and I don't know what her reasons are.
Her name was, and that's all I know.
Okay. And she was 5 when she got.
Yeah, she would act out because Allison.
So y'all would have met her when she was like 4 or so, 3.5.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, she had all these kids. Hunter, I can't remember all their names, but there was a bunch of them. And this little girl. I just don't get that.
I guess she had 3 children, Allie did. I guess you can call that a bunch, right?
I still can't wrap my mind around it. See, Chris McDonough don't know nothing about this little girl, and I hope somebody out there can find out more information about.
Maybe now he can ask her. Yeah.
Yep. Donald, I want you.
Now we're going to PG, Lisa J, and Dawn.
To listen to this. I want you to see and listen to this.
Lisa J's just hanging out, I think.
Save Little Summer. That's what's being covered up. Yep.
Did you hear? It says Dawn's essay, Little Summer, and that's what's being covered up. Now, listen to Miss Daisy read it. Listen to Miss Daisy read it.
Save Little Summer. That's what's being covered up. Yep.
There you go. She said Donald did this to his daughter, and it was being covered up. That is Daisy's words right there, folks.
I worked with him for 2.
Okay, so moving on from that. That was just a little break there, right? I guess Daisy, you shouldn't have read that comment. Prayer Garden snitched you out. Okay, now this is Dudley, okay? I've got some other stuff on Dudley, but Dudley admitted to doing the methalacalaka while he was working with Dawn. Okay, he did admit that. Yeah, he ended up going to jail. I don't know if he's still in jail, but he ended up going to jail. Just to let y'all know that, okay?
And you're sitting on the tub looking dumbfounded as hell like you lost your best friend. What
Ooh,
really happened, Don?
Yeah.
Did you bury her in the damn wall in that house?
trigger warning.
Wow, okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to
Oh.
figure it out. I'm wondering.
Well, this is the thing, Dudley. Well, he fired Dudley. So technically, Dudley wasn't supposed to go back into that house at all without, I'm sure, Tucker knowing about it. But, you know, kind of weird that he said that.
That was private property.
I-
I don't know.
I'm
No,
not gonna sit
alright.
here.
Made me
I'm
think.
not gonna sit
He
here and
accuses
accuse
me.
you like that.
Wow, you did enough accusing me. I'm just
I know,
finally
but-
getting to talk
and
to
you-
you,
Yeah, and I'm trying to talk
partner.
to you. Well, you ain't my partner, but I know you was high on meth. I know
Dude,
you
you were
was.
high
You
on
just
Trigger
wanted me.
warning.
No,
I
I don't
did
do that
meth.
stuff.
I ain't gonna.
I don't.
Whatever,
I
dude.
don't, I don't do
please.
meth. I don't do
Dude,
meth.
you and your old
Oh,
lady were
so-
doing it with the kid that sort of played with the hot rails at your
Really?
house.
Wow.
Come on.
Now, this is interesting here. Dudley says he's seen the plate. What do you call it? The hot rails? Is that what they call a line? A hot rail? I don't know. I don't know. I don't, y'all. Sage has not been live for a while. Yeah, honey. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Sage. I don't know if Daisy is still around or not. When Daisy first started, she was 1,000, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000% against Dawn and Candace and hid everything when they started frequenting our channel. Oh, Daisy! Why'd you do that, Daisy? I could never remember the name of her channel. I always just called her Cow Patty Lady. Damn. Well, that's funny, Marie. People need to clip that where you're being quiet and not saying nothing. For real. Girl, you know I'm gonna mess with you when you bring your ass in here. You know it, lady. Okay. Moving on.
Don.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hold
bro. why
on,
you
hold
doing
on.
this?
No, hold
Grown
on.
ass
Wait,
man.
Donnie. Wait, hold on. Hey, so Dudley, if you saw them doing that with
Oh, the plate. The plate. There was a picture that was taken with a plate sitting on the table. Allie was sitting there. I think she was playing with a dog or something, a pup. They were saying that there was substances on that plate. So did Dudley see the picture that was going around? I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
children around, did you report that?
meth, you wouldn't be as fat as
Yeah, really. Did you report it?
Did you
Dudley?
report that? Because one thing
Wow.
Donald has always told me, if I ever.
I told them that. Yes, I did. I told
After the fact?
TBI. I told
Right, but
Uncle Tom.
after,
After
or
the
did you
fact?
report it when you
Yeah.
saw it happen?
I only seen it 2 days before that happened. It was that Friday I picked up my check.
Oh, so that couldn't have been the same time that Allie was up there. That couldn't have been that picture. 2 days before. No, well, no, you're not calculating right there, Dudley. Summer went missing on a Tuesday. He got fired on, it would have been Monday, right? Okay. Well, you know, the Mekalaka people, sometimes they get confused on, you know, they don't use a calendar for real. I'm just saying.
That's what I
Did
saw. My
you-
wife said,
okay,
"Don't
but
never
did-
bring me there
Hold on.
again."
Dudley.
He did say that in the interview, that he's told his wife, we ain't never coming here again. He said Candace came out the door, looked at him and said, now I don't know if it was that day or another day, came out the door and said, did Donnie tell you I hate fucking kids? Anybody else remember that? It came out of Dudley's mouth. And he told his wife, or maybe his wife said, don't ever bring me here again. That makes more sense.
Hold on. No, Donnie, hold
Straight
on.
lie.
Dudley, you're saying you saw this happen. You witnessed this happen, right?
I witnessed the plate and the dope on the plate.
Okay, but what did you do that day? Did you call Child
Wow.
Protective Services that day?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Why?
No.
Why?
I-
If you saw them do that, why did you not call Child Protective Services?
The kids wasn't sitting there by the plate. They were watching their TVs, but
Right,
the
but
plate was
they're
out
having
visible.
a plate at all in the house when they are parents of children. Don't you think
I
you would
should
have
have
called
called
CPS?
them.
Oh,
I should have
okay.
called them. Yes, ma'am.
All
I
right.
was
Okay, so, yeah, Dudley. I mean, he should have called. He should have. Whether they were sitting by the plate or not. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. Right?
messed up too. I was dealing
Okay.
with Don every day.
Twisted relationship. Again, that's a special breed there.
No, yeah.
You got your hands tied.
You seen her do drugs ever? Or drink? You said you saw her drink those big bottles of I don't know, liquor,
Yeah,
malt
now, she
liquor.
had a plate on the table though when I walked over to get my check the first time.
Plate of what?
A plate with something lined out on it.
Okay, so, I mean, he doubled down on that. Not only did he give the information to JLR and them, but he doubled down on it and said it again. So, I ain't saying it's true or not. I wasn't there.
I doubt it was cocaine. That looks too expensive for them.
And you seen her under the influence before, like at the house or anywhere? Like you ever see her like under the influence?
All the time? Why did he,
Every time. I think I drove there. I drove there 3 times, 2 or 3 times. I ain't kidding. It didn't matter if it was in the morning or in the evening. Both of them was taken. They were both under the influence of something.
With the kids there present?
Yeah, with the kids there.
And with the kids
Now-
Screaming at them all the time.
did you ever see them like in the house and just let the kids just wandering outside on their own? Summer outside?
Now, I can listen to what he just said and, how would he, if he only went up there with Don and Candace, right? Well, didn't he? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I think that I'm sure. Yeah, because we had him saying that there was hot rails on a plate. He said he's seen it. Allie and them said that, well, I can't remember exactly who said it, and you guys don't have to put her name in chat, but it was talked about that Candace had taken Summer to Allie's. She had gotten into something. It was horrible. etc., but nobody, you know, nobody seemed to feel it was worth taking her to a hospital, calling 911. For sure. We had a lot of people talk about things they seen and that involved the children. We don't know if they called CPS or not. I'm sure there's a lot of people that called CPS, right? That did not come out on YouTube and inquire about that or not, right? Hold on a minute. Okay. All right, back to it. Back to it, my friends. Like I said, this is Phoebe Australia. Link is in chat. I'll throw it in there again. Go check her out. Check her out, people.
Whatever they wanted.
What about Summer, like outside alone?
The boys were in charge of something.
I do believe that. I do believe the boys were in charge of Summer. But just the way he makes the statement that he did, because a lot of what Dudley said is, you know, it's more his opinion than anything. And I do believe that Dudley, just like everybody else, was watching YouTube. Okay? Watching YouTube. Don even said Candace and Summer failed to bond. Well, let me say this. Oh, yeah, he did. He got a good-ass meal. He freaking did. He's a pigging down. Hey, a meal, a drink, few $100s, right? Yes. Don said that Candace and Summer didn't bond the first 18 months of Summer's life. Summer only wanted her daddy. And I'm like, if you were going to work, who was actually taking care of Summer? I mean, that's just a question. Yeah. And that Candace had been trying to make it up to Summer, you know, to make Summer love her by taking her places and trying to do things with her. I mean, I don't remember if that's word for word verbatim, but that's basically what he was saying. And I remember hearing Candace say, I can't remember whose channel it was on, she made the comment about the dogs, the female dogs, and them having puppies. Okay? Now, this is the thing. For a long time, people thought and still think that Summer was calling her favorite dog Lucky, Yucky, because she couldn't say Lucky. I remember her saying that she called her Yucky because of Yucky continuously having puppies. If I remember correctly, she stated in that conversation something along the lines of what she did with the female puppies. Okay? I heard it. I don't know if anybody else did, but I freaking heard it.
Nah.
Ooh, that sounds... Now I want a chocolate-covered pickle, man. A deal. a chocolate covered dill pickle. That sounds really good.
Candace, Don.
Dudley,
Wasn't playing.
Candace never drank around you. Yeah, she does.
Dude, you
I think
crazy,
I
bro.
think you're
Man,
looking at
stop
a lot
playing
of.
me, Don. Don't lie to me,
Playing
bro.
me?
You lying to yourself, dude. Don't lie to me, though. I
Yeah,
smelled
she
it.
does.
I saw
She
it.
does have an alcohol problem.
Okay,
She does.
please don't play me. Go preach the choir. You ain't got to bullshit me.
Yeah.
I'm honest, bro. You asked me if I did meth, I did it, but I didn't do it on that day. I didn't do it.
Damn it, Dudley didn't do the methalacalacca that day. Not that day, he didn't. I wonder if he was still feeling the methalacalacca for a couple days, and you know, maybe you know, he did enough to last him a few days. I don't know.
On that day. I did it Saturday when you wasn't there.
Yeah,
That's
I
when
know
put
you
5
was
buckets of mud on it.
all drug out,
And it
and
was
taking
good work, buddy.
and
Clean
you was
house.
taking that.
Seen him one summer, but I've seen him beat the shit out of his sons.
Explain that.
All 3 of them?
2 of them.
Which one?
Okay, now Dudley is saying that he witnessed Dawn doing some things to the couple of the boys. He said he never seen you know, any aggressive behavior towards Summer. He never saw anything like that.
I mean, he just the one he did when he had him on the job site. I don't know, he back talked him something, backhanded it.
No, that's true, Sage. That's true. Where I would want to know where he got the story, who told him. He might have said about Jose was there, that why Dawn was angry was over some substances, and Jose went to jail. That wasn't factual information, if I remember correctly, right?
Grabbed him by his pants, gave him a wedgie, and told him to get outside and go sit in the truck. That was at the chocolate factory.
You know which son that was?
Josie.
Josie.
Yeah.
Josie's like
The
their
one who
last
was
child.
smoking weed.
Yeah, the oldest one.
Yeah.
Because he won.
Well, he was. He's got everybody going.
All right, now we're switching over to Jody. Jody. Lord have mercy. Okay, we're going to. I don't want to hear Jody right now, only because I have been researching, pulling up lives, etc., etc. Gas station and Burger King. Don't like the Burger King. I have a live that I am going to play sometime. I think I've got it scheduled, where we're going to go over in the very beginning what not Dawn Wells, Jody Sue Brown has to say. Also, I found where Jody Sue had a conversation with Chris McDonough. So I was going to go over that. So I just can't hear Jody's voice right now. For real. Okay.
Go under witness intimidation or something like that. Anyway,
Trigger warning. Here we go. This is where Dawn is speaking on his daughter, his oldest daughter.
Or something like that. Anyway,
Here we
this
go.
raped her on her 18th birthday. My first wife's son, as soon as she turned 18, he raped her on her 18th birthday.
My first wife's son. Did Pam Wells have more children than the one she had with Dawn? What? My first wife's son. Are you guys hearing this? What? What?
Or something like that. Anyway,
He raped her on her 18th birthday. My first wife's son, as soon as she turned 18, he raped her on her 18th birthday.
Jesus.
And what? Wait, what? So, yes, I don't know. If anybody knows, please let me know. Did he have a stepson? Oh, she had more? Was that? So she had already had children when she got with Dawn. And she adopted kids after Dawn, right? Well, that's the thing. I mean, even if it's a child that was adopted, you would still think, right, that, I mean, maybe not on paper are they related, but that would be, it wouldn't be a stepson. I mean, yeah, really, it wouldn't be a stepson. He would have had to have, well, no. Okay, that's just weird. That's just weird.
Yeah, because he knew once she turned 18, there wasn't a whole lot she could do about it or whatever. On her 18th fucking birthday. Pretty crazy. Those are things she could do, but she didn't go crying. She don't go crying and for all attention and blah, blah, blah.
See, I'll never forget him telling a story that he said it on Daisy's, because when he told the story, is when there was a missing child's name in the title. The mother came up and said, please change that title. Don Wells was speaking about his stepsister's husband, who he knew had R'd a young girl, and that he, out of the kindness of his heart, walked this young girl home. He talked to her. You know, he was talking to her about it, all this other shit. Okay. It's like, don't call the law, but 20 question the girl on the R itself. I always found that very disturbing. Okay. Very disturbing.
She dealt with it. I got to give my daughter props on that. Well, it was right. You got some good weed. I've already told TBI all the stuff.
I'm not going to say anything. I don't care about weed, dude. Come on.
You're right.
Well, that's what we call TBI.
So he'd come up every once in a while, try to sell his other alternate stuff, whatever, you know.
Hold on. I need to slow that down a little bit more. Let me see how slow it is.
He just come up, pop up here every once in a while.
Okay. I want to hear this. Okay. So he's giving his daughter props, right? Well, Marie, I would say rescued from the streets. Did they rescue you off the streets or did they take you off the streets? Don't forget you lived there. You lived in a shed. But I'm not getting into that, Marie. I'm not. Okay. Yes. Yes. Well, that shows you his mentality, Sassian. Yeah, she could have done something. She could have pressed charges. Absolutely. Isn't that crazy?
Well, he got some good weed. I've already told TVI all this stuff.
I'm not gonna say anything. I don't care about weed, dude. Come on.
You're right.
Well, that's what we call TVI that.
So he'd come up here every once in a while, try to sell his other alternate and stuff, whatever, you know. But he'd just come up, pop up here every once in a while. I don't know. I think he was at work that day, though.
Other alternative stuff. Other alternative stuff. Now, this is the thing, though, okay? In the beginning, it was, oh, he's just the weed man, right? But then as they listened to things being said on YouTube, I can guarantee you they listened to Jody. And, you know, Jody came out and she was like selling things to the children. I'm sure they heard that. So now it's alternative things, right? But I don't know. I didn't live there. I did not live there.
Go up to Jody to get the Andy for the weed.
Got it. But he had very friends, you know, hanging out.
Would you guys ever go over there? Would you guys just go over there and just visit with her? Or was it not that kind of friendship? No, but I did go over there and babysit her house one time when she and him went to Washington, D.C. to pick up her stuff. Got it.
Okay, so Candace went over, took care of the house or whatever. Jody and Andy were gone. I also, Jody showed a text where Candace said she was at the hospital because Candace has heart problems, right? And the text was Candace was at the hospital. Could Jody keep an eye on the boys that were at home? And Jody wasn't feeling well and said that she could not do it. And Candace was like, that's okay. I'll be leaving here soon or whatever, right? I remember that.
Wow, okay.
He had traffic down there, though. Along with the meth guy down the road, he got traffic coming in and out of here also.
Right. So we got Jody Sue and that guy, and then got
Red Hill down the road into the meth and the pills.
Okay.
I wish that's quieting down a lot since
Well, and the thing about it is, you know, individuals that it sounds like, and this happens everywhere, okay? So, you know, to pinpoint that as being, you know, something that is surprising that was going on in the holler is the fact that there were older individuals that could not live on the income that they were being given, whether it was, you know, disability or Social Security from working all their lives or whatever they were getting in every month wasn't enough. So they had to sell their medication. They had to sell their medication just to be able to make it, right? Now, see, and that's the thing, because does that make them being a substance dealer any more acceptable? Does that make it more acceptable? Because people are having to do it to be able to, survive the month. I guess that's a big question, isn't it?
I've been spreading that all over YouTube. There ain't been too much traffic through here lately.
His son supposedly now is went into the army. He's getting married, and it's
Damn, he's getting married? I never heard he was getting married, but I believe she's talking about Jody Sue's son.
to me, that's a lot of cover up right there, doing things, it's like the person like Candace and Donald, child services, and they're running to church, right? They always try to make themselves smell better when they got a real pile of shit somewhere, all over them, right?
Yeah, that's a big age difference, isn't it? That's a pretty big age difference.
Right? There you go. And that's what I'm getting from all of this as well. Bitch, you need to shut up. Nobody's talking to you.
Nice. You don't have to be fresh.
You show some respect for people.
No, I don't have to show. I don't have to show shit. We got a missing little girl, and you know what? She can shut the fuck up because
She's talking to Andy right now, just to let you guys know.
she knows nothing about what happened to Summer. She went across the fucking road. She went across the fucking road. You was. You were across the road. You and Jody Sue had the trail cams, not this lady.
Well, you need to show some fucking respect.
No, I don't need to show anything. She needs to be quiet and stay in her place. I was talking with you, not her. And you know what? When you can come and spout, everything that was going on up there, which he has full insight on going on up there, right?
Okay, here we go. So now we've switched over to Josh from the lab. Now, him and Dawn always had some really interesting conversations. Dawn was like, I'm gonna unalive you. Call the police right now, right?
Go back to my job site. I can't get no work around here no more. Nobody wants to use me because,
Tell us why, Dawn.
because they turned in, what me and Jeannie did when we were little.
Here he's talking about it, ladies and gentlemen. I find this to be so disgusting, and I'm going to say trigger warning. All right. This is going to tell you the messed up mind of Don Wells, and honestly, in my opinion, what he thinks about women and girls, period.
Whatever, which I know is bad, and I know it was wrong, and I should have known better, but that little girl was sexually active, but it's not exactly all my damn fault.
You guys heard that, right? Give me just a moment. I'm going to let that sink in with you guys. I have got to go get me some more coffee. Hold on. Okay. All right. He said things like this and then was really just couldn't believe why people would even think of him in like they did, right? Oh. Hey, Army vet. Yes, be careful. Sounds like others have touched her before Don thought he could. I could have taken it wrong. Yes. Actually, he blamed it on the stepdad, I think, or something. Remember when he got his dad on the phone and wanted his dad to say that something about the stepsister coming onto him in the bathroom? Do you guys remember that? I know somebody needs to fucking remember it. Besides me, because people don't believe me. For sure. Okay.
Maybe I should have known better. I agree with that, but man, I was a kid too, you know. But they're trying to say they use the words and all. Man, we never done nothing besides touch each other. That was it. There was 3 statements. The police called me when I
3 statements by 3 different women.
was in jail from Utah. I laughed at them. Then I started yelling at them.
See, why is that funny? Why would that even be funny? 3 different statements. They're contacting you to inquire about the situation, and you laugh at them. Just like you laughed when you said that about your boss, your old boss, Tucker Drywall, calling you upset about a video, right? You laughed about that too. You thought that was funny too, didn't you? Didn't you, Dawn? Didn't you, Dawnie?
After they read me all 3 statements, Mary's was, at first she said, you know, that me and my buddies was chasing her around. We was all playing, and she fell down. I helped pick her up, and actually I ripped her shirt a little bit when I was helping to pick her up, you know, trying to help her get off the floor.
Mary was so scared after the incident with Don and his friends and what they did to her. She went into the bedroom. She said she barricaded herself in the bedroom until her brother got home, I believe.
He fell down. And that's as far as it went, you know. And I told them guys, hey, man, enough. She's down on the floor. She's thinking we're serious,
She's thinking we're serious.
to do something to her when we wasn't, you know. And that's exactly what happened. But So that's what she said at first. And she was all for me at first. Then all of a sudden she done a 180 on me. And but in her statement that she signed is she said that we chased her to the house and then we made her take all her clothes off. And then we just sit there and looked at her. And that was all her statement was.
What? That doesn't even make any fucking sense. Mary said, you ripped her shirt. I don't think that's what it said, but that's just my opinion.
But there was 3 statements, which was a complete lie, dude. I promise you. Oh, man. They tried to have me put away, bro. If they could have, they would have. When Summer first disappeared, my dad told everybody that he wanted me to have his house.
Here we go. Right? This is why everybody's doing what they're doing to Dawn.
He died because he wanted us out of Tennessee because he didn't want us here because it wasn't good enough for his grandkids.
Dawn's, they hadn't even met the grandkids, right? I'm confused, but okay.
And that was his reasoning. And that pissed them off. That's why they come after me like they did. Yeah, there was some sexual misconduct between me and Jeannie.
Wow.
But she was sexually active at a very young age.
Trigger warning.
And I wasn't going around asking for her driver's license or whatever.
What the fuck?
She wanted.
He wasn't asking for her driver's license. She was 5. Right? That's crazy. Crazy talk.
Her to touch me at first. And at first I said no.
I don't believe that.
And I can remember it because it's the first time I've ever even had any kind of sexual experience whatsoever. She wanted to put her hands on my pants. I said no.
Uh-oh.
And she says, oh, I do it all the time with my brothers or something like that. I can't remember what exactly the words.
And you being 12, instead of saying, what you're saying right here is, you knew it was wrong. You knew it was wrong. You told her no. At first you told her no, which means to remain calm. You absolutely knew it was wrong. But you're going to add in there, you know, she had already been doing things with her brothers or whatever. So why not, huh? Minimizing. That is Dawn, a minimizer. Let's just call him the minimizer, because he minimizes freaking everything. Everything.
And then I was like, oh, well, okay. And then she stuck her hands down my pants and she was feeling my but I didn't.
You know, he freaking he likes to go into detail about the shit.
No, I was doing wrong, you know.
I think they met the oldest.
And yeah,
right, Flies.
guilty of doing
That's
the
what I remember.
same thing. But I was a teenager. I was young. I've learned a lot since then. Shit, I don't know. But it was.
What have you learned? What kind of things did you learn? You didn't learn that things being done to a child is wrong because remember, you had been in a situation where there was a young child in a motel room that was, being very, very mistreated by evil people, substance abusers, whatever you want to call them. And you didn't know what that was either at that age, right?
Never went past anything like that.
Right.
And these people want to use the words and all kinds of shit.
I don't know about that Moonflower. I mean, that's your opinion. It did have to start somewhere. But if you remember Don talking, his uncle had that material under the bed. So as far as his father, I don't remember Mary or any of them talking about his dad doing things like that. Now, they did say that because, that his dad did try to protect Don in a lot of ways, right? I'm sure he knew that his son was a messed up person with a messed up mind for sure.
Crazy stuff. All I can say is I'm glad I got in trouble in Houston when I was 16 years old.
Yes, Flies, exactly.
So there you go. Unpack that however you want, but please understand that this is the man that people are defending, that he's doing really well, blah blah blah,
yeah.
So on and so forth, and first of all, there's so much wrong there.
There's a lot wrong there, Josh.
That I'm not really sure where to start, and it's not important who he's talking to or anything like that. It's not important who he was talking to. The fact of the matter is that he said it.
Yeah.
And he has said it. And that is who is being defended by certain people.
That is right.
And I just simply can't abide by that. I'm sure.
I will do it. I was thinking
There
about
goes.
fighting you, bro.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, that will.
I'm right now.
Yeah.
Please call the cops and tell them that if I find you, I will kill you.
Right. Well, you'll
call them now.
That you can go to
I'm gonna kill you if I find you. I promise you.
Don, that's
if I find you, I will kill you, motherfucker. This is no. You need to call the cops right now.
Yeah.
Please call the cops and tell them that if I find you, I will kill you.
Right. Well, you'll
call them now.
That you can go to
I'm on probation. Hey, don't forget. Call my probation officer.
I'm not going to do that.
Call my probation officer. I want you to.
I don't want to.
Because I'm afraid that if I find you, I'm going to kill you, Charles.
He reminded me, this reminded me of Don B when he was wasted on Nana's Angels. I'm high up. I'm high up on law enforcement's list. I'm like, yeah, dude, but I don't think it's because you're their favorite person. They are watching you. I'm just saying.
I'm not with you. I will do it. I will stick a knife right in your throat.
That happened.
Nobody would ever treat her like that as long as I was around. Nobody would ever treat her like that as long as I was around. Nobody would ever treat her like that as long as I was around.
This is the call. This is the 911 call. I will find it so we can, hear it a little bit better. This is where she tells the dispatch that Dawn is always trying to hurt Summer. Always trying to hurt Summer. Oh, Lord. Phoebe got that. Justice for Little Summer. Here's her little voice, you guys. I played this before. This is when she was in the back of the car. She was singing. That is the cutest thing. This is the thing. I can't say that neither one of them are guilty of anything. And I do have to let that be known because I don't know. But the situation is just, would Candace know that Dawn did something and still stay with him? Do you think that Candace knows that possibly he could have been involved in something? I'm not saying he was, it's just a question. And still stayed with him because he knows things about Candace that could possibly, she made the comment that she would go to jail and Dawn would get the boys. I don't think she's ever, I don't know if she's been asked that question or just never answered it, but she said that it, wasn't like a Dear John letter to Dawn while he was in jail. It was just like her, just writing her thoughts down or whatever. Okay, we're back over at Doolittle Talks. She would, yeah. I agree. Okay, she's talking about, oh wait, I gotta share it. Okay, she's talking about the phone, Tim Mullins and the phone and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, okay.
To jail, So you don't know really what could be on it. I don't know who this came from, but someone had sent Ziggy some information that possibly Jody, Sue, and Andy are being investigated for drugs. Apparently, allegedly, speculatory, Jody Sue was selling pills to Candace and Andy was selling meth to Dawn.
All right. I am not going to say that that is the truth. I don't know. And hey, Genevieve, then still the question, why would she be in jail and Dawn have the boys regardless if it's, yeah, exactly. I know I haven't seen them, but the CPS most have not been seen have said it all to me. I mean, that CPS report was well written, but are they real or not? CPS usually doesn't let files, any part of them, get leaked to YouTubers. This is the thing. I've seen YouTubers put stuff out, and intertwined in what they're putting out is people stating, I only watch you. I know that you're the only channel that, is fighting for justice for Summer. I'm not watching anyone else. I'm only going to watch you. And because you're my favorite YouTuber who's talking about Summer's case, I am just going to give you this paperwork that, could get me fired if someone were to call Child Protective Services and let them know that this document has been released to someone on YouTube, right? I don't know. I'm just asking, right? Questions, why would she be in jail? Why would you be in jail, lady? Yeah, I don't want to see him either. I really don't. And you better believe I'm going to fucking ask people questions. Like I said, many people I know talk to Dawn and Candace. So, me texting somebody and saying, hey, is this shit true? Of course I'm going to ask the person or the people that's been hanging around with them for 5 fucking years. I mean, come the fuck on. I'm nosy. I ask a lot of questions.
And do you remember we heard some rumors about, Andy and Jody Sue didn't want to let the police on the property? Well, it had been relayed to Ziggy that Andy and his mom were completely cooperative and agreed to the search, but Jody Sue was really against it and avoided the police and didn't come over to Dawn and Candace's house until after midnight.
Okay, so the thing about it is, was Jody and Andy married? The property actually belonged to Andy's mom, right? So I don't know. I mean, I think that they would probably ask Andy and his mom for permission because they had other property there also, right? So.
And I know we've all heard that, and I never knew if it was true, so I really didn't talk about it much. I think I did mention it at one time, but that it was said that Robin was supposed to babysit Summer that day, and it fell through. So I don't know if that means anything, to be honest. I don't even know if it's true. If I knew that were true, it would make me wonder why Candace needed a babysitter. And I told you I heard rumor that Dawn was in church as a kind of community service, which I can believe.
Yeah, I heard that.
But Dawn and Candace would sometimes drive to church in separate cars. And Robin told Ziggy when she was there that Candace would sit outside smoking cigarettes most of the time during church. And I'm going to bring this up just because I too have thought Tim Mullins, it's just, it still doesn't make sense why he got involved. I'm hearing rumors.
Yeah, that shit's weird. Tim Mullins' situation is just freaking weird. You can look at it as someone who seen the situation, thought he could be helpful. He could help them manage, you know, their celebrityism shit, right? But one thing I've always said people need to be aware of, many times I'm not saying he's the perpetrator, but a lot of times people will become the family's best friends, so they will have access to whatever, you know, law enforcement may be saying to the family. But you have to remember that they don't even talk to law enforcement, right? That's from our understanding.
And I don't know that it to be true that he is somehow related to Rhodes, Dawn Wells' stepfather's family. I don't know if that's true, but Cher had been talking to Scott Rouse from the behavior panel, and she asked him, you know, what do you think about Tim Mullen? You know, because she's been
Yes, I thought that too, Flies.
And
I thought that too. I mean, if they started passing around paperwork on what they were being investigated for, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying.
He told her that he seemed very professional and felt like he was sincere. And she asked him the question, do you think we're being too hard on him? And his response was harmless, I promise. Now, I don't know that I would go so far to say that, but, you know.
He's a weirdo.
You know, he just may be a diehard, innocent until proven guilty. But, you know, just to me, like the behaviors that Dawn and Candace have shown us all, they seem guilty of a lot of things. Incredibly. And, you know, we know that Dawn and Candace have bragged on the fact that they have passed their polygraph test, which is not actually true. It actually, and I don't know where this for sure information came from, but apparently they took benzos to try to alter the lie detector. Dawn was tested positive for meth. Candace failed for crack cocaine.
See, that's weird to me because you think it would be the opposite way around, right? Dawn made sure to let everybody know that his DOC was crack-a-lacka. And Candace had a problem with the methylakalaka. So you would think if that was true, it would be switched up. We have never seen their papers on the lie detector test. I've never seen them come out publicly. Dawn tried to say when he went to jail, he had his paperwork showing he passed the lie detector test. And I don't know why he had it when he went to jail. But when he got out of jail, that paperwork just poof was gone. And he was going to get a copy. He was going to show everybody. But then he was like, well, they're not going to believe it anyway. I'm not going to do it. Why would they believe it anyway? Right?
The lie detector was inconclusive. You can't test somebody who has drugs in their system. It throws the results off. There was also something that I thought that caught my attention on Savage Live. There was a video posted, and I believe there's a couple other people that posted the video. But it's between.
And some of these creators, you guys, I haven't went back to check to see if they're still there and their content is up. Okay, so that was also a channel that had covered Summer also.
Candace and Ernie, and apparently this video has been deleted. But of course, you know how YouTube is. People are quick to record things. But he was kind of being tough on her, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. He did bring her to tears. She was telling him that she had been on the phone with Dawn and had been told by him that he apologized for the things that he's done and that he loves her. And of course, he's trying to get her to stay on his side and stay in communication with him, and whatever the story they've concocted to try to stick to the script, in my opinion. But he was actually yelling at Candace. Ernie was yelling at her because
I have Ernie talking about someone asking, and I don't remember which vigil it was, but somebody asked him if he was going to go to Summer's vigil. I might have it. Hold on. It's crazy what his answer was. I've got, okay, anywho, Ernie talks about he'll go, but he wants to drop 40 to 50 feet out of a helicopter. Okay. I'll go. I'll drop 40 or 50 feet out of a helicopter, right? It's like, dude, what you know, that's Ernie for you. I think Candace faked it. Look at the phone call from Mary. She can turn those tears on in a blink of an eye. Absolutely. Absolutely.
just trying to kind of shake her, make her wake up, just yelling at her about the history of abuse that Dawn has on people, children, and other people, including her. And he's telling her, come clean, just come clean, set yourself free. And of course, knowing Candace, that hasn't happened. It didn't shake her.
Ain't gonna happen.
She didn't confess to anything. She's like, you've got to understand, I've been married to him for 14 years. And he's like, that's nothing when it comes to your missing daughter. I actually agree with him. My daughter was missing, and she says she doesn't think or know anything.
And this is the thing. This is just my opinion. From what I've seen of Candace and the I'll say the men that we know that's come into her life from Summer's case, I can guarantee you that when she got with Benny, especially, Benny was up there at their house and Dawn takes off, right? It's out there, comes back. Benny looks in the truck for Candace. There's women's underwear there. Which direction was I going with that? I can't remember. It'll come to me.
About Summer's disappearance. But if she knows something and she's keeping that, I just can't wrap my head around it. My children come first.
Yep.
I would protect them with my dying breath. I'm going to give y'all a trigger warning. This next information that's come out, and we've talked about it. I actually did delete a video because I upset a few people by talking about the boys.
Trigger warning.
I had touched on this.
This was back in 2022. Okay.
You hear Benny and Cher from Voices Behind the Walls say that it took a toll on them, that it was draining. Cher was having nightmares. And they both say it would be from the time they got up to the time they went to bed, just exhausted by the games and the lies. And
let me tell you, I believe them. I believe anybody who is continuously every day, every night dealing with freaking Dawn and Candace, that would be exhausting. They don't keep track of time, right?
All of the things that they would go through on a daily basis with Dawn and Candace.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you trigger warning again, because this is
there we go.
Very upsetting.
Now, the only reason I am going to even I don't know how I want to do this. It's transcribed that Okay, we're just gonna, here it is. Trigger warning. If you're easily triggered, please come back another time.
Very. So we know the allegations of SA with Summer, but it has come out by
Allegations,
someone that is
yes.
close to the situation, but it is not the foster parents themselves.
What? Somebody close to the situation, but it's not the foster parents themselves.
So it is being said that Candace was the culprit and have been assaulting the boys and all of the children. All of the
That's
children were
what,
SA.
that is what was
She would grab,
said.
hit, pinch their private areas.
Trigger
Infuriating.
warning. That is what was said. That has been out there since 2020, into 2021, maybe. And the only reason I say that is because someone had mentioned it to me and they were like, I was told this, and I kind of knew who told them, but yeah, that had been out there. Like I said, this live was from 2022. Okay.
Been put through the ringer. They've been hit with pokers, like a fire poker, the metal fire
Trigger
poker.
warning.
Shoes, they've been punched, their hair has been pulled. These
That's
little boys
what
are
they were
traumatized.
saying.
And I've said it before that I think Summer saved them. Hopefully they can get help and not carry on with the abuse that these two families have been going through
Absolutely,
for
I
generations.
agree. I agree. And I'm sorry I even put that out. Not because I don't want to show, what is being said, the allegations, rumors, whatever you want to call them, kind of weird shit for anybody just to make up off the top of their head, right? Okay.
Brandis can't be around any of her grandkids. None of them. And I've mentioned that before. But one time when
Rose's ex-husband Chris said that grandma never physically harmed any children, any of his children, that it was verbal, I guess, right?
she was FaceTiming with the boys, Candace, she wanted her mother to say hi to him, and she went in her camper because apparently she is not allowed to speak with them either.
I think it was not, this is just my opinion. I don't think grandma, she had to follow the gag order. So, maybe it broke her heart that she couldn't talk to the kids. I don't know. I'm not her. I wasn't there.
That makes me think.
We're almost done, y'all. I've been on here
Brandis
2.5
is
hours.
not, in my opinion, this innocent person that she likes to come off as.
Nope, I believe that.
She's as guilty as Dawn and Candace, because you can't tell me that she has not seen this abuse over the last 14 years, 13.
Sounds to me like she was the one doing it.
They all protect each other at the
do.
expense of 4 little kids.
They did.
They never stood a chance in that home. I'm
I
thankful the
have to
boys are in a
agree.
place where they can maybe get some help and turn their lives around. And Summer, where is she? I want to know where she is.
We all do.
Even if Candace and Dawn give up on their kids, we're not going to. We want to know where
No.
Summer is. She deserves to be found. These two people should be ashamed of themselves. They're despicable.
They should be, ma'am. They should be, ma'am. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Let's take a little breather. Kind of wind ourselves down. For sure. For sure, for sure. I don't know, you guys. You know, I definitely want to let you guys know where different information is, where certain things that, you know, are being brought out now. I mean, I guess it is new for some people, right? I guess it is new for some people. But Candace didn't like Cher. So who would have talked about Candace doing that to the boys? Was it Dawn? Did Dawn say that to somebody? Just a question. He believed her that she didn't have anything to do with Summer. But if you listen to some of his interviews, he damn sure throws her under the bus. He sure does. That's just the way it's been, though, for sure. For sure, for sure. Did you guys see where that chemical tank finally ruptured? I'll talk about that on a different live for sure. That Mackenzie Shrilla, she thinks she's a big time celebrity. For sure. Oh, here it is. I'll show it to you guys. I found it. This is from a channel called, this is a channel too that I forgot about, you guys. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Let me share this link. This is a channel that's called Giving Payback, aka Exposing Truth, is what this channel's name is. Let me this is Ernie Shell. I'm gonna turn that music off for a minute. Turn the music off for... Okay, she is he is describing what the vigil is. Lighting the candles, remembering victims, memorize and honor someone. This is how Ernie goes to a vigil. Hold on. He's gonna rappel down. Oh, thanks. White Rabbit too.
What the law enforcement's there for, anyways. Go ahead.
So are you hanging it up for that case? You're just gonna kind of
I've been
step
done
away
with it.
from
I've been done with it. I hate being brought back in it. I don't even want to be brought back. And it's
Fair
sad.
enough.
Really, really sad.
Fair enough. We'll move away from that. That way,
Thank you.
I won't ask you any more about that then. So you're done with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm done with that.
Ask him if
no,
he's
I've been
going to
asked to-
stay on YouTube.
Sorry about that. I've been asked to go June 15th, or you know, when they do the thing for summer. I thought about doing something really, really special. I was getting ready. I was going to fly a helicopter in and have Justice for Summer out on the bow of it when it comes down, and we're going to rappel out about 40, 50 foot up. It's going to be pretty. I thought it'd be cool. I thought it would be cool, but
He's talking about one of many helicopters he's got on standby, okay? Ernie can get 5 helicopters together with the pilots and everything within a couple minutes. You know, he doesn't even need to say anything. his brain chip activates, and it's like having a walkie-talkie, and the helicopters and the pilots automatically get an alert, right, from the brain chip. So the brain chip gives the alert. I need you, I need you, I need you. Now, don't worry about how much money that you need for gas, right? No ass, no grass, no ride. That is what some say.
People are saying there's going to be some people there, and everywhere I go, if people find out my location, hey, there's blue lights. It's always that. So, go ahead.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see. Let's find another good question here. Let's see.
Does she still have her channel? Does White Rabbit still have her channel?
Just a second. I want to find a good one. Why didn't he return to the van?
We'll go from there.
Fair enough.
What?
So on the 15th, you're saying you're thinking about coming to the vigil?
I thought about it. If I do, it'll be something. It'll be over the top. We do it like flying in a helicopter and rappel out. That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I really thought
somebody said this, and I think that'd be a great idea.
I thought it'd be awesome.
So I'm gonna
Have
read
like
this question.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead and finish.
Well, you have like a sign like hanging off the chopper, says "Justice for Summer" that's coming down, and it just it'd be tough. Could be cool.
That'd be very nice. Has Ernie ever heard of CYN?
All right.
Oh, now he's on Jinkies talking about it.
I'm happy for you there.
Oh yeah.
To the prayer vigil, Ernie?
Am I going to what?
To that prayer vigil?
I told everybody if I was going, we're going to ride a helicopter. If I go, we're going to ride in on a helicopter. If I do it, that's the only way I'm doing it. But they said it's going to be. They said it's going to be.
That's the only
I
way
want to make it
I'll
all
do
about
it.
summer. If I do it, like I said, I don't know. I doubt it. I highly doubt it because there are going to be some people I don't like there, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. And if I do it, it'll be a surprise. Nobody even know we're coming until we actually come. So
Yeah.
Until the helicopter flies over everybody and blows them away. And then Ernie will rappel down and he'll be like, I am the only one here. Where is everybody, right? Ernie.
Tell nobody, because you know that they'll have Hawkins County
Ernie.
Sheriff's Department on you.
I know that. And the thing about it is, if we fly in a helicopter, we're going to have them permission anyway. So hell with it.
Yeah.
But I thought about doing it really, really cool. Let's get about 40 or 50 foot above the ground and let rappel out of the helicopter, holding a sign, "Justice for Summer."
Now, Ernie, you could have used that and acted like when you rappelled down out of the helicopter, you landed wrong. You could have went back to the hospital. You got to be careful. You already said you broke your legs. For sure.
That would
be some dramatics right there, Ernie.
That would. That would. It really would.
Yeah. We'll have to live stream you, Ernie, because we
All
have
right.
adventures.
You probably just have to. And I have somebody doing a stream too. We probably have our movie cameras and shit going. But I don't know. It just depends. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know what the future holds. But we'll see. We'll see.
That'd be cool.
Well, you look comfortable.
Oh, I'm very comfortable. Got my nice little. Oh, I like it. Feel good. I feel amazing, actually.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you.
You have some personality, Ernie. Are you going to the summer? Like I said, if I go to it, he'll be in a helicopter and we'll fly out and we'll do the rappelling out. If I do it, I don't know. We're just still deciding. I want to do it because I like to rappel and kind of like 30, 40 feet above it and just rappel out or something and have like a sign on the helicopter or something that says "Justice for Summer."
You're so nice, Ernie. I am done with you, Ernie, because I am done for the day. Okay, so I've been trying to pull up a lot of older stuff and kind of give you guys an idea of where you know, some things come from, and encourage y'all to go watch whatever, you know, you need to watch. Hey, Mama T. Mama T, Mama T. What is that, girl? So what I might do also is maybe start putting the link in my community post. So if you guys are interested in going back and watching some things without me commentating on it, you can do that for sure. For sure. Now, I do want to do a live where we're talking about the 5 men who were stuck in the flooded cave. It's very interesting because back in, what year was it? Like 2018, 2019? Do you guys remember when the 13 kids were trapped in the cave? And luckily they found them. I know that one man lost his life going in trying to get him, but they had to actually slightly sedate these children, because to get them back through the cave to safety, they had to go underwater. So they actually had to dive. And so yes, they had to, you know, sedate to get those kids out of there. It was something else to keep up with that, let me tell you. So 5 men were found after being trapped in a cave. Now they're trying to figure out how to get them out, right? So the birds and the bees. We're talking about the birds and the bees, Mama T. Do you need Remain Calm to tell you about the birds and the bees, honey? I will gladly give a class on that. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the moon up above. Anything called love. You remember that song? Yes, it's a song. I am just saying. Mama T. Girl. Don't make me tell you where babies come from. Okay? I don't want to do it. This is an 18+ channel. So, for real. I would hope if you're 18 or plus, you know where babies come from. I'm just saying. For real. But yes, you know, I'll start doing that. And because there are so many different channels, you guys, that covered Summer's case, and I always learned a little bit off of all of them, for sure. I absolutely did. Doolittle Talks. I used to watch her all the time, for sure. But we do, I mean, I always appreciate when a creator says something is speculation, rumor, their opinion, a theory they may have. You know, I always appreciate when they do that. For sure. For sure. But everything that we've learned there's still a big, big problem with it. And I know y'all know what that is. Summer's still gone. Summer's still gone. Now, you know, maybe anyone who truly knows what happened, maybe it will come to a point where they can't live with what they know anymore and they go to law enforcement. But, you know, if someone knows something and they're continuously doing substances, the possibility that they're gonna, you know, it may be a while. It may be a while. And I think that's why Candace didn't want to go to rehab. I truly do. They would have taken her substances away, her whatever she might have been doing at the time. They might, you know, they were going to probably ask her a lot of questions about her life. See, that's what got me. You can't go get professional help, but you can cry to Ernie and Benny and, you know, even rap, from my understanding, right? Having conversations with rap. I know, there's no doubt in my mind, and this is me saying it, so I'm not starting a rumor or whatever. This is the way I feel. Just like with Jose. She went to these guys, talked about her miserable fucking life with her husband, Donnie, right? And I think she had them, you know, to a point where they were like, let me help you, Candace. Let me help you. Right? Donnie done all those things. I think they should be worried about what she hasn't said that Donnie has done that she knows that he's done. And Don, you know, just like Candace, that's my kid's daddy. That's my kid's mama, right? That ain't why they don't tell on each other. It ain't got nothing to do with kids. Guess what? They signed them away. They don't have them anymore. That ain't why they don't tell on each other. I don't think they tell on each other because I believe both of them would end up in jail. I'm just saying. And that is my opinion. For sure. For sure, for sure. Okay. Alrighty then. Actually, I was going to talk about current events, and then I ended up, because I knew I had those, I wanted to, you know me, a lot of times if I come upon something, I watch it with you guys, right? I always watch things with y'all. It's more interesting that way. It is, it is. But I have 4 minutes. No, 3 minutes. I have 3 minutes. Let me say, I appreciate you guys all for hanging out with me. Thank you, mods. Thank you, Flies. Thank you, Mr. A. Yes, Mr. A. I have seen your little bunny dances. Thank you so much. Flies, Mr. A did a song for you. I am telling you. Thanks, Genevieve, for popping in. I know that, you know. Oh, they were married. Jody and Andy were married. Okay. Well, thank you for that. It is said she did go to rehab. Yeah, for an hour and a half, Mama T. She went to rehab for an hour and a half. Yeah, she didn't like it. She was like, ring, ring, come and get me. I don't like it. They're trying to give me medication. I don't like it. Oh, no, they wasn't, Genevieve. They wasn't married. Genevieve, girl, coming over here giving me wrong information. Oh, Lordy, there's Justin. Hey, Justin. Genevieve, if they was not married, there would not be a divorce decree. You don't divorce somebody you ain't married to. I'm just saying. Well, if Jody wasn't mad at me, and I'd ask her myself. She don't like me no more. I don't think she liked me when she came over here and talked for 16 hours. She was like, I ain't got nothing better to do. Yeah. Genevieve, you must be tired. Girl, you go take a nap. Here's the link to that channel. That channel I was talking about. And I apologize because I dropped that tab down. And payback channel, something like that, people. Oh, all right. I am totally tired. I am going to get my ass off here. Oh, Terry Southern Girl came in. You heard me talking about Ernie, didn't you? That's why you came in here, isn't it, Terry Southern Girl? You heard Ernie's name. I know you did. Don't fib about it, okay? Nah, I'm just messing with you. All right. Yeah, I don't believe they were married either. They had just been together for years and years. But that's not a big deal to me because, I mean, sometimes a marriage license means nothing. Oh, because we were talking about Jody Suit. Jody Suit. Jody Suit. Well, come back on, let me see what live it is. And you can join in on the Jody Suit conversation. And no, she don't need to get pissed off about it. These are her own words. May 31st at 4:20. A couple days. Because I definitely want to talk about the Anna Kempner story. The 18-year-old who was unalived on a cruise ship by her stepbrother, who is 16 years old. She was 18, and they have charged him with some serious crimes, and the judge has let him go home. But we'll talk about that, right? Yeah, you get there when you get there. For real. Do you want me to say something to her? Jody, unblock Terry Southern Girl. She got me blocked too, Terry. She does. I think I haven't went over there in a long time. I don't know. I kind of trolled her once and she blocked me. I'm good with it. Right? I don't really care at all. She want to mess with me. I'll meet her at the Dollar General. I'll meet you at the Dollar General. How about that, Jody? I'm just playing. Don't take it as a threat, Jody. I am not coming to your neck of the woods anytime soon. For real. It's quite sad. Jody, it's heartbreaking that you block us all. It's not fair. It is not fair. She might be blocked over here. I don't know. I got a little angry at her also one time. Turnabout's fair play. She caught me on one of those days. For real. For real, for real. Okay. Here we go. 58 seconds. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope the conversation was worth it. I appreciate everyone. I really, truly do. So be you, do you. Oh, Genevieve, one of my biggest peeves on YouTube. All these creators thinking that everybody coming into their chats is a troll. It defeats the purpose of trying to build your subs. Well, you can make a commercial about that, Genevieve. It's hindering our freedom of speech. That is fucking hilarious. That is hilarious. Hey, if I get a real troll that comes in and I can joke around with them and, you know, they're not fucking idiot trolls, I don't mind a good troll coming in every once in a while. Just to make Remain Calm laugh. Oh my goodness, Jody. Terry's got good info for you. Good info, she says, Jody. Well, shucky darns. Shucky darns. For sure. Well, Terry, let me ask you this. Was you going to give her the information in chat? Because why couldn't you just email her? Remain Calm, ask a lot of questions. I am inquisitive. I mean, why didn't you email her? Okay. Well, I am not going to wait for you to answer that. So, Jody, stop it now, girl. Get your mind right. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Blythe knows the joke. Blythe knows the inside joke about get your mind right. For real. No, Genevieve, are you kidding me? Oh, Lord, girl. I am not going to let you do that over there, over here, sister. You better do that on your own channel. I'm just saying. Lord have mercy. Y'all are something else today. You are something else today. Lord. Get your mind right, girl. Yes, that's an inside joke. Get your mind right. Jody, if you're watching, look at chat. Terry's been trying to contact you. Did you block her on Facebook too? Sally, she has everyone blocked. Absolutely. Hey, she knows who her friends are. You're listening a lot. Oh, well, thank you, Sally. For sure. For sure, for sure. Oh, Terry. Terry. Girl, what you selling over there? Perfume? Sally got perfume? Perfume. Ooh. So you got stuff for fibromyalgia and stuff? All right, girl. I'm sharing your channel. We are going to share your channel link, girlfriend. Check out these creams. Check out these creams. All right, Terry, get back to work. For sure. Heck yeah, I'm going to check them out. I really am, Sally. I am not joking. I don't have fibromyalgia, but years ago I did. Years ago, I had fibromyalgia so bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, like my bones and stuff still hurt, and you know, I try real hard to, you know, not get back to that point ever again in my life, because it was freaking horrible. It was horrible. I couldn't even hardly get up out of bed. No, you're fine, Sally. You're fine. For sure, I went straight to your channel. I do that. I go to people's channels a lot if they come in and I don't know who they are. So, absolutely, I will be checking that out, ma'am. Thank you for coming in, though. I appreciate it. I really do. What is that, Genevieve? What is that, Genevieve? What's that freaking emoji? Is that diapers? Is that depends? What the heck is that emoji, Genevieve? What is that? Genevieve. Bloomers. Why are you showing bloomers, girl? I'm confused. Drawers. Undergarments, bloomers, drawers. What else are they called? Okay. Hey, remember, you guys, if you see Mama T around, be careful. Be careful. She doesn't want me to tell her about the birds and the bees. I'm just saying. She don't. She don't. So if you see her around, you might, ask her if she changed her mind and she needs the birds and the bee lesson. Cooter holders. That is so funny. Cooter holders. Oh my God. Oh, shaking your booty. Oh, were they supposed to be moving? Yeah, I won't tell people you got a BBL, Genevieve. I won't tell nobody that, okay? Genevieve paid a lot of money for that BBL. She did. She did. I'm just playing. Okay, I'm getting my butt off here because I'll end up on here for another hour. And then people will be like, damn, remain calm. There she goes again with another 5-hour live. For sure. For sure. All right. I am going to take my little booty and get off of here. You guys have fun though tonight. It's Friday night. It is Friday night, isn't it? Friday night, it's all right. Hey, you may even see me out and about on the YouTube streets tonight. For a little while anyway. For sure. Yes, Genevieve. We adore you, lady. I don't care what anybody says about you. Thank you, Sage. Thank you again, mods. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, definitely go somewhere where you can have fun. Lisa, every time I forget about you, which I do very quickly, I might add. I mean, I'm not being mean, honestly. You just poof, pop back up. Pop back up. Girl, I don't even know. What kind of bug could I call you? What kind of bug? A tick? No. No, you don't hang around that much like a tick. I'm not going to call you a cockroach because that is very demeaning and I would never say that. Okay? Girl, I ain't out around the craziness. I'm not going to get caught up in it. And then here you come to remind me that there's craziness out there. I'm just playing. All right, let me get off here before I say too much, damn it. All right, peace out. You guys have a great night. And like I said, go somewhere where you can have some fun. For real. For real. I think there's a couple quick karaoke channels tonight. Dazed has one, and I believe it's Tattooed Angel has one. Go check them out. You know, if you guys want to go up and sing a little bit, it will not hurt you at all. Not at all. Go have some fun. You know, bring your own booze, bring your own candy, whatever. For sure. All right. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Seriously. Thank you guys very much.